Good morning, Chair Postman, members Garrett and Vollendroff. The lobby is open and recording has begun.
Thanks, Dustin. Good morning, everybody. We'll convene the Washington State Liquor and Cannabis Board Caucus meeting for Tuesday, May 3rd, 2022. Our first item was approval of minutes, but we're going to postpone that to a later date, which brings us to our big news of the day. We're going to introduce our new board member, Jim Vollendroff, who you can see here. Today is his first official day, right, Jim? Yes.
Yep, today. Thank you.
And we've had the chance to chat a little bit between his announcement and today. You know, those who are watching may know this because you pay attention, but Jim comes from the behavioral health field, just came from serving as the Behavioral Health Science Advisor for Policy and Advocacy for the Department of Psychiatry and Behavioral Sciences at UW. And which really was the apex of a great career in behavioral health. In 2019, he was recruited to be the founding director of the Harborview UW Medicine Behavioral Health Institute, and did that until 2021. Just really brings a breadth of experience in that field, as well as just working in different forms of public agencies over the years. One of the real impressive things was, even before he was appointed, there was a letter signed by 22 legislators to the governor urging his appointment. So he is well known among lawmakers and policymakers and others in the field. And speaking on behalf of Member Garrett and I, we're just really excited to have you, Jim. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here. I really am. And I am excited to work with both of you in particular. I started onboarding somewhat last week, and I've been really impressed with the staff of the LCB and the engagement in the community in this work. So I'm really excited about it.
Good. Yeah, it's a great staff. That's for sure. And, it's been a while since we've had a full board. I don't even remember when.
Right. Maybe now I can take a vacation.
No. Oh, actually, that's glad you raised that. I'm taking vacation next week. I forgot to mention that or to put it on the calendar. So we'll have to deal with those scheduling things later. But
no, what day are you going to be gone?
I am going to be gone the 11th through the 17th.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. I went to the calendar this morning and it was just checking all these things and I went, oh, I think that's when I'm leaving. So yeah, we might have to move one or two things, but we'll figure that out. But
that's going to be one of the challenges of me transitioning from the University of Washington is I come with a lot of built up vacation time. So I'll have to get my vacation, even though I've just started, I'll have to get my vacation in there.
Yeah, well, we have two strategies. We either can all time it at the same time and just postpone all our meetings, or we make sure there's always two of us so we can do them. And some of that just depends on what's on the agenda. The board meeting next week actually is pretty chunky agenda, so we might have to think about which of those issues we might either postpone till we're all three there. Axe throwing is on there. THC compounds, we got a public hearing. So yeah, there's a lot going on. Would have been good for me to give people notice. But anyhow, back to you, Jim. So we are really excited. One of the things that we've talked about is just having more conversation in these meetings, in particular in caucus, which are free-flowing, light agenda usually, and this will be a place where we can bring issues like scheduling even. This is our opportunity to talk. This is the caucus that's designed for the board to get ready for the board meeting and to deal with other business. It's usually a pretty short agenda. It's usually not quite as short as today's, but it's pretty short. And so there's room there to do things. And, I look forward to hearing from you about what you might want to add to that, what sort of reports, briefings, whatever. We have that ability. And as you've already mentioned and have seen, the staff is just, has a wealth of knowledge and experience. And is eager to come and talk to us about what they do. So we should take advantage of that.
Yeah, I am definitely looking forward to that. And, in many ways, I'm seeing this as a career change. So although I have years of experience in behavioral health, I was also a provider for many years before I went into public policy. And so I have the experience of working on the business side, if you will, of behavioral health. And what I'm super excited and eager to learn about is the business side of the organizations and licensees that the LCB regulates. I'm interested in, looking at how the businesses operate and how we can, I come from this as a partnership opportunity to help businesses thrive while taking serious the role and responsibilities and the mission of the organization around public safety. And so, working together to advance the business side of things while making sure that we're paying attention to the mission of the organization is really exciting to me. And, again, although this behavioral health background that I have, I think will be a great addition to the board. I'm also a person who's naturally curious, and I'm looking forward to meeting with all the teams within the LCB and all the licensees and individuals in the community and getting to know everybody in the coming months.
Yeah. That's been one of the cool things for me, is to get out and see the operations and to do a ride along with enforcement and get to know some of the licensees myself and see what they do. And it's, particularly on the cannabis side, which is also new as an industry and a science and everything else, it's just fascinating to see what work is being done out there. It's really, really impressive. And
evolving fast. I mean, just looking at the history in the last 10 years, it's just continuing to evolve.
In the last year, I mean, I can tell you from when I came in last March and we were talking about Delta 8, and then all of a sudden a couple months later it was, no, it's Delta 9, no, it's this. And, and now they're telling me that people are turning yeast into THC, and, it really is just moving like this.
Right.
And we need more research. The UW and WSU both got a little bump in their funding for cannabis-related research this last session. We were encouraged the other day. Rick and I were talking with Senator Kaiser. She said, LCB should, be in touch with universities. Tell them what you're looking for. What would help you? We're going to be able to add a little staff here too. I believe. And so, keeping up with the science is well, in any regulatory agency, particularly in the newer ones, because the industries have a lot more people than we do, just focused on this work, developing new things. And we got to play catch up. It's really hard I remember covering telecommunications in the late 80s and early 90s, and it was the same dynamic. So much was developing so fast on the industry side, the regulators in the courts, everybody, they didn't even know what it was. Mm-hmm. So it's...
Well, that's another area where I feel like I bring at least some connections, if nothing else, with the University of Washington in particular, and the work that they're doing around cannabis science and addiction science in general. So not just that, but there's a session on Friday called Catching Up on Cannabis Science that's funded by the Garvey Institute on Brain Health. And anytime I know of those things, I'm happy to pass that information on, and I look forward to bringing folks that can help us understand the science of all of this to the table.
Yeah, great.
Right.
Have you met with Mary Sagawa yet?
Mary and I are meeting later today, as a matter of fact.
Okay,
or maybe it's tomorrow. Later today or tomorrow, one of the two.
Okay. Ollie, did I cut you off?
No, I was just saying again, welcome, Jim.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's been great talking with both of you and getting to know, and I look forward to working with you both on these important issues.
Yeah.
And of course, we'll never speak again, because now you're a board member and we have to make sure that any two of us don't ever do business together, but unless we're in public here.
Yeah, this is our once a week time to talk to each other.
That's right. That's right. And, but we will find ways to get to know each other better, I'm sure, and do that. So, let Dustin know if there's anything any of us can do, to help. If there's anything in particular that you want to get into. And one of the things we've talked about is, all these different projects that are going on. What are the ones that you're interested in? What is, Ollie doing? What am I doing? And as far as I'm concerned, we can mix that all up too,
Yeah.
So let's find time to talk with us and the public about those issues and how we want to do that. We need to talk at some point soon about the advisory councils and what we envision there and how to make those a going concern. Yeah, I really appreciate the energy you're bringing, Jim. It's great.
Yeah, that sounds really good. Dustin has been amazing, extremely helpful onboarding, very organized. I've been very impressed with the onboarding process. I have onboarded on several organizations, and this is is amongst the best. So I do have to say that's been really great. I was mentioning to Dustin this morning, I was reviewing the website over the weekend, and there's a health and wellness group within the LCB that they mentioned that they're looking for members, and that's something that I may be interested in internally within the LCB. Great. Health and wellness are an important part of my own personal recovery and own personal journey. And so I'm always interested in physical health and activities like that. So I may do some of that within the LCB. So I'm looking both internally and externally at ways to connect and get to know folks.
Good. Yeah, you just ran the Boston Marathon. Right?
I did just run the Boston Marathon. I did the second time. So yeah, it was
really. Oh, I didn't realize. Wow.
Yeah,
Cool.
And the good news, I ran the first one in 2011, and the one I just ran, I ran 14 minutes faster than I did in 2011. So getting older and faster. I don't know what that means, but
man. Well, when you say health and wellness is important, you're not kidding. Then, if you're, that's really something. Yeah, I told Jim I was going to run the Boston Marathon this year, but I didn't think the two of us should be in the same place at the same time.
Yeah, right.
So maybe next year. Maybe next year.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. All right. And actually, that's great. I think any of the internal committees and things of that sort, which I haven't been able to do any of, that's something I should look at too. That'd be great. I know the staff appreciates it when we're engaged that way too. At least I think they are. I think they appreciate it. So, all right. And that's our one official agenda item. Now is just board member and executive assistant reports. Dustin, I'll check with you first.
Nothing additional for the good of the order. Thank you, Chair.
Great, thanks. Member Garrett, anything to add?
Nothing additional, no.
Member Vollendorf, any final words for the day?
Nope, just thanks for the warm welcome, and I am excited to learn about this role and this business and hopefully contribute in a meaningful way in the coming years.
I know you will. Thank you. And that's it for today. We'll adjourn the board caucus meeting for May 3rd, and we'll see you next week, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.